they were able to make those last few plays. Obviously, the offensive rebound by Courtney Lee was a big one. But this is what you ultimately probably can expect, and that's what we said going into the series. You got two teams with the same record, split the season series. It's going to be tough. Nobody said it was going to be easy. So we just have to gather ourselves and get ready for a big game at home on Wednesday.
Erik, Ira Winderman, South Florida Sun Sentinel. Dwayne left in the fourth quarter and was in the locker room for a while. Can you update us on that? And also, Hassan seemed to be limited still by the thigh. How much of a factor was that?
Well, I think as the game went on, he became more mobile. His most mobility and athleticism and activity he showed were the last 3-4 minutes of the game. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come. Maybe it loosened up, and as we get back, he'll do a ton of treatment, and we'll get ready for the next one. Dwayne, he's fine.
Chen from LE Sport. Coach, after Game 3, you were saying that the team has to bring the offensive rhythm back. Tonight, with 4 players in double digits, what do you think the team's performance on the offensive end?
Well, but we scored 85 points, but sometimes that's the way it goes in the playoffs. It doesn't always go according to plan. We had opportunities to still find a way to grind out a game, even though we were down 18, 19 points. But we put ourselves in a position to make it a possession game down the stretch, and they made more plays at the end. Coming into the series, not necessarily that both teams would score under 90, but you have two committed defensive teams that are going to make it tough on each other. And like I said, they're very evenly matched teams.
Erik, what was your thinking with Whiteside in the fourth quarter?
Well, that group made a run back to get us back into it, and they had a good rhythm. The defensive activity was pretty good, and I thought UD gave us a boost. So the last 4 minutes that San played, I thought those were his best 4 minutes. And I think he just played with a free mind, knowing that he probably wouldn't foul out.
Steve Reed from the Associated Press. What did you think of Walker's performance in the fourth quarter when he gets on a roll like that?
Yeah, what can you say? He's a really a dynamic pick and roll player. He probably had 40 pick and rolls. It wasn't just him either. It was Lynn, and both of them are very aggressive. They put you on your heels, back you up. They ultra aggressive and making plays on pull-ups or to the rim or drawing fouls. We've probably fouled more in these 4 games than we have in the last 4 weeks. But you have to credit them. They're aggressive, and they make you have to defend with position. So he was very good. And again, that's what you have to expect that in the playoffs. Great performances. You have very good teams. You just have to find a way to overcome it and overcome great players and guys that are making big plays. Even as great a night as he had, we still had an opportunity, at the end.
Erik, how hard is it to scheme for guys like Kimba and Jeremy Lin, who are so good off the dribble, when your length and athleticism has been the benefit you guys have had on defense all season?
Yeah, they're ultra aggressive. So if you say coming into the series 4 games into it that you were able to hold the Charlotte Hornets to under 20 3-point attempts 4 straight games, I don't know if we would have said that we'd be tied right now. But they're being aggressive. They're really making our pick and roll defense have to contain them and to be able to do it without fouling. So. They're good players, and they're going to make plays. And like I said, you just have to find a way. You have to find a way. They're not going to give it up. We're not going to give it up. That's what competition's all about.